After decades in the biz, Kevin Costner's made a frenemy or two, other than his ex-wife. From getting blackballed on set to raging at his former buds, here's who thinks this award winner's just another baddie. As Paramount Network's Yellowstone got more and more popular, Kevin Costner became one of TV's highest-paid actors, raking in a reported $1.3 million per episode. That made it all the more shocking when he quit the show. As the actor testified during his divorce trial, "We tried to negotiate. They offered me less money than previous seasons. There were issues with the creative."
This ain't checkers, son. This is chess, and you're about to play it with masters.
This led to tension with Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan, who told The Hollywood Reporter, "I've never had an issue with Kevin that he and I couldn't work out on the phone. But once lawyers get involved, then people don't get to talk to each other and attempt to shift blame." But as the show plans to wrap after its 5th season, Costner's former co-stars aren't thrilled about his exit either. A source for Life and Style explained, "He used to hear from Cole Hauser and the rest of the gang, but they've cut him loose. He's getting the cold shoulder treatment." One of Costner's most memorable on-screen appearances was in the 1991 documentary Madonna, Truth or Dare. In the scene, Costner popped backstage to greet Madonna after her concert, which he described as neat.
We thought it was neat. Yeah.
Neat?
Yeah, really neat, yeah.
No one's ever described it quite that way. Hi.
Yeah.
But it was Madonna's reaction behind Costner's back that got his goat.
Neat? Anybody who says my show is neat has to go.
Years later, Costner told the Los Angeles Times he was wounded by Madonna's reaction, admitting, "I was embarrassed by it and kind of hurt by it. I just went back there because I was asked to go back, and I found the best word that I could." Despite Madonna's diss, Costner and his daughters later went to one of her concerts. During the show, Madonna publicly apologized to Costner. He recalled, "I really respected that. Whatever possessed her, whatever was inside her, she came to her own decision. And a bigger thing came out of some kind of humiliation." One of Costner's biggest blockbusters was 1991's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. The film was directed by Kevin Reynolds, who gave Costner his big break by casting him in his 1985 film Fandango. The two became good friends, but during Robin Hood, they reportedly squabbled over Costner's bad accent, which, despite portraying a legendary British folk hero, was more LA than Nottingham. When the two reunited for Waterworld, tensions boiled over. When Costner meddled in Reynolds' troubled movie as the $100 million budget swelled to a reported $175 million, the relationship snapped. Reynolds walked off the film, telling Entertainment Weekly, "In the future, Costner should only appear in pictures he directs himself. That way he can always be working with his favorite actor and his favorite director."
A couple of hours ago, I was potential dirt to you.
We're not like that.
You all are.
The two men were able to bury the hatchet for the 2012 TV miniseries Hatfields and McCoys. Ironically, the pair ended their own lengthy feud in order to dramatize the most notorious feud in history. Costner played a Major League Baseball pitcher in the 1999 drama For the Love of the Game, and while on a press tour prior to its release, Costner chose to publicly diss it. The issue was racy dialogue that was cut to get a PG-13 rating and increase potential at the box office, but Costner claimed the cuts compromised the film's artistic integrity and accused Universal Pictures of selling out. He told Newsweek at the time, "For Universal, this movie has always been about the length and the rating. You feel a studio would want to release the best version of the movie, not the one they think appeals to the biggest common denominator."
Think, Billy, don't just throw. Think.
Costner's words rankled Stacey Snider, who was then co-chair of Universal Pictures. She sniped to the LA Times, "Kevin's not the director, and it's not fair for him to hijack a $50 million asset. Our feeling is that we have backed the filmmaker, and his name is Sam Raimi, not Kevin Costner." One of the odd tidbits from Costner's split from ex-wife Christine Baumgartner involved a renter on their California property. Shortly after Baumgartner filed for divorce, Costner had a fight with tech mogul Daniel Starr, who was renting the guest house for $60,000 per month. According to The Sun, Starr and Baumgartner had become friendly while Costner was away filming, until a rift caused Baumgartner to ask him to leave. A source alleged, "There was a fallout and Kevin got wind of it. There was a row between him and Daniel and things escalated from there." While we don't know what set Costner off, Starr left 3 months before his year-long lease was up and reportedly got his lawyer involved. TMZ caught up with Starr, who insisted there was nothing improper going on between him and Baumgartner, adding, "I just was a tenant. I have my own relationships. It was nothing else." Costner has never appeared on screen with Stephen Baldwin, but they did face off against each other in a New Orleans courtroom. Their dispute involved technology that Costner had developed to clean up offshore oil spills. In 2011, Baldwin and his business partners sued Costner and his partners, demanding $17 million. They alleged that they were duped into selling their shares in the company before British Petroleum agreed to the $52 million purchase of the devices to clean up BP's 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil spill. While Costner contended they weren't entitled to anything since they'd sold their shares before the BP deal went through, Baldwin claimed that Costner had lied about his conversations with the oil company. The jury ultimately sided with Costner, who later told Reuters, "My name means more to me than money. That's why we wanted to get to the truth of this." After losing, Baldwin offered his own theory about why the jury sided with Costner, alleging, "The bigger Starr won.